Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Guys, we're going to start the session. So enjoy, get your notebook ready to write whatever you like.
Please have a notebook and pen. Yes, thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you again and happy that we're still talking about reading, and hope last time was fruitful for all of us and today would be as well. First, I would like to thank all those who have actually participated and sent their tasks on time. So thank you very much. I've read some very, very nice participations. I have benefited from all of them myself. And some were really interesting, actually, whether the text itself or the pre-reading tips or activities that you have shared. So thank you very much. I just have a few comments about, general comments about some. Like we said, we were supposed to send pre-reading tips that has to do with the text that you are uploading or that you have chosen to share with us. Okay, some of you, actually a few, not most of you, when they shared the reading tips, they were general. They were not relating to the topic or to the text that they have uploaded. So let's say, for instance, for example, I would ask them about the title. I would ask them questions. This is very general. When we said we wanted to upload a text because we wanted our questions or the activities or the pre-reading tips to be related to the text that we are actually sharing. Other than that, thank you very much. I have read some very interesting activities. And just to warm up, do you remember when we talked last time, we were talking about the reading strategies, and we mentioned some points that we should focus or that control our strategies when we start reading. Can you remind me? Can you just write in the chat box, remind me what were those things we talked about? They were 4. Can anyone start? I'm waiting in the chat box. Just tell me what were those things that we discussed last time that we have to think about before we start putting the strategies. Yes, Ms. Dalia, thank you very much. 40. What are the T's? Can you elaborate, please? Anyone other than Ms. Dalia? Just tell me what you remember what we talked about. Okay, test. Yes, very good. The skills that are tested, that being tested, the text. Yes, Ms. Dalia, thank you. I see just Ms. Dalia is the one here. Yes, Mr. Samah, Ms. Samah, yes, thank you very much. Time. We have the skills that were tested, the text that we have in front of us. Time, there's one missing. Okay, can anyone remember what was that last one? Text, test, time, okay. Yes, very good, Ms. Samah, thank you very much. The type of question that we are dealing with when you're reading a comprehension passage, okay? So that is what we talked about last time. And please remember that whenever we are talking about any kind of text, we will have to recall all the reading tips that we discuss every time. But just when we have a specific text, sometimes we need to use a strategy or a skill that's related to the text in hand. But that does not mean that we do not work all the other activities or the strategies that we discussed earlier, okay? It just means that we need more focus or more strategy to deal with a specific passage in front of us, okay? So let me just share my screen with you. The screen. Hopefully the net is okay. Screen in front of you. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. So just let's check to make sure that everyone is on the same ground here. Okay, like we said, we discussed last time, we talked about the different types of the different stages of reading. Do you remember the 3 stages of reading? Can you please type in the chat box? We said that we have 3 stages for reading. Ms. Jihan, Ms. Heba, Ms. Mai, thank you. Okay. Pre-reading, yes, thank you. Pre-reading, Ms. Intisar, Ms. Jihan, thank you. Yes, so the first stage was pre-reading, while reading or during reading. And the last one is the post-reading or after reading, okay. So Let's answer those questions together. Please read the question in front of you and tell me which is the correct answer. Okay, and please type in the chat box. Okay. Waiting for your answers. A, B, C, or D. Okay. Still waiting. Ms. Basant is the first one to answer here. D, 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 all the rest is D. Yes, thank you very much. The correct answer is all of these. Yes, pre-reading activities can include concept mapping, questioning, and discussion. Okay, let's move to the next one. Please read and tell me if it's A, B, C, or D. Okay. So who's the first? We have Ms. Salma C. C, Ms. Salma, yes, pre-reading. Okay, we have D, 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 D. We have a few saying D, it's actually C. D is none of these. And actually, like we said before, we need to brainstorm, to discuss, to see the picture in front of us. Maybe you would use skimming, scanning, and all these activities we use at pre-reading, okay? So it is pre-reading, okay. The next one, please read and tell me which one do you think is the correct answer, and maybe we'll need a little time to think about this. Remember, you're talking about critical thinking and that we want our readers to become critical readers. So what do you think is the correct answer in your own point of view? A, B, C, D. Okay, let's see. Ms. Samah, C, 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 C. Okay, C. I see everyone. Okay, then I think all of you have chosen C. Can you please tell me why did you choose C? Which is, why did the author write this text? Why did you choose C? And I see Ms. Basant D. So, but most of you have chosen D. So can you tell me why did you choose C? You think a critical reading a text would question why did the author write this text? Okay. Critical, okay. Why do you think this is critical? Why not B? Why not A? Why A, B, C? Why C? Yes, Ms. Daria says think because it's a critical question. Well, actually, I think some of the texts before you read them, probably you would understand why the writer wrote the text. But actually, if you're looking at a critical reader, he would actually, or the critical reader would think of the choice B. How old is the author? Okay, why? Because if he thinks about the age of the author, this would define that the text that he's writing. If you think that someone is 20 years old or 18 or 40 or 80 or whatever and writing this text, this has a lot of connotations that comes with it. The age of the author or how old is the author, this would be something probably not most of us would think about when we read a text. You just read a passage and that's it. But actually the age would define many things that you can read between the lines, okay? But why did the author write this text, which most of you, this is actually probably would be the choice of most people or most students. But actually you can find out about this, but when we think about the age of the author, this would relate to a lot of things in the text that he's writing or he's written, okay? So how old is the author? This is a question that a critical reader will ask or might ask. Okay, true or false? Okay, please read the question in front of you and tell me whether it's true or false. You just type C or F. Yes, Ms. Hiba, yes, to seek to know the reason is critical, yes. The last question, you could have different people thinking about it, but to define why it is critical, nobody would actually relate the age to the text itself. Okay, false, false, false. Okay, can you tell me why is it false? What is wrong about this? Why is critical reading a natural process and you said false? Why? Is it not natural or is it not a process? What do you think? It needs to be acquired, Ms. Basantia, thank you very much. So it's not natural, Ms. Asma, yes, it's not natural, but it is actually a process, right? It's not natural, but it's process, that's why this is false, okay? Like, remember when we talked last time, we were talking about reading actually is not natural. So critical reading is definitely not a natural process. It needs practice, Ms. Hebaya, thank you very much. Yes, Ms. Asma, yes. Okay. Read this and please tell me, do you think it's true or false? Okay. Still waiting. You think this is true or false? Miss Mai, true. Yes, Miss Omnaya, true. Okay, Ms. Bray says false, true, true, true. Yes, most of the answers are true. Yes, when you have or you relate or you have personal feelings about a topic, this definitely affects how you absorb this topic, how you absorb this information, because you have personal relation to it. Even if you have prior knowledge to what you're reading, this would affect what you're reading, okay? Because you can relate to it. Probably you can relate to the feelings, or you can relate even to the vocab that you're reading. So it is true, okay? Now, I think this is the last one. Can you also read this one and tell me if it's true or false? And this is a very, very important one that we all should know. Okay, Miss Lamia. Not sure, Miss Lamia, is this the this answer for this one or the one before? Okay, true, false, true, true. Dalia, Miss Omnaya, true. Seba, true. Okay, true. So I see it's like 50-50, true and false. Okay, do you think that pre-reading is an activity that actually prepare the learner to take a test? Do you think that as a teacher, do you really think that? Do you think that if you teach them pre-reading activity now, they're okay, they can have a test and go on and solve the questions? To understand, yes, very good, that's it. They have to understand. Pre-reading actually it's preparing. We're preparing them for what's coming, for the text that they are going to read. So it's not preparing the learner for taking a test, it's preparing them for understanding, preparing them to comprehend. Okay, we don't deal with the reading activities, or we don't give students reading activities for the sake of helping them to answer the question. Because if you actually follow this route, they will not be able to answer the questions. You actually have to be sure that when you're actually giving them those activities, you're preparing them to understand, you're preparing them to comprehend, and then they will answer the questions on their own. Okay, so this is very important to know. We don't give them activities to prepare them for taking a test. No, it's, you know, like I think there's a say that says, don't give me a fish, but help me to fish. So that's actually something like that. Just don't give me the answers, help me to find the answers on my own. Okay, so you have to teach them so they are prepared to answer the questions on their own, okay? So this is false. It's not for taking a test, it's for comprehending, for understanding, for relating what they read to the outside world, for relating what they read to themselves, okay? Okay. Last time we talked about general reading, we're talking about reading in general. Okay, so today we will be discussing narrative text. Why? I think last time most of you said that they are dealing with primary stage. And I think even us as children, the first thing that makes us love reading is stories, okay? So can you tell me what is narrative? What do you define narrative? What do we mean when we say narrative? Okay, just tell me in the chat box. Okay. Ms. Badrea, stories, yes. Ms. Shaimat, telling, yes, thank you very much. Deals with story, Ms. Intisar. Like a story means a story, yes, very good. Yes, that is actually what narrative is. So just to not, we don't need to go into details to define what narrative is, but simply it is to tell, okay? Whether to tell a biography, to tell something that you did, a fairy tale, a fable, a legend, a thriller, a novel, it is at the end to tell, Okay. So let's see. Okay, so let's see here what we have. Okay. I've turned the slide. Do you still see the next slide, or I think the net here? Which slide do you see in front of you? Still the narrative text?
Prepare.
Oh, okay, so now it's loading. Okay, yes, thank you. Okay. So we need to prepare, like we said, as an answer for the last question we had. It's not to take the test, it's to prepare them to answer the questions and to understand. Okay, so what can be the tips for narrative reading generally? Can you type in the chat box? Just remember what we talked before last time. We will go into details about the narrative, but now we're just want any tips I think. Yes, Miss Asma, thank you. What else do you think? If you're going to read a story, what do you usually have in mind? Before reading? Yes. Yes, Ms. Samah. Yes, before reading. Okay. What do you have in mind before reading when you have a passage in front of you, even a story that you would like to read, or a story that you have already read? What do you think you had in mind? Yes, ask pre-reading questions. Yes. Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Rawat. Pre, during, and after. Yes, those are the stages of reading. Predicting. Yes, Ms. Hiba, thank you very much. You predict. Usually when you have a story, the first thing that comes in our mind, we keep predicting the events. We keep hoping that the events will go the way we would like. Okay, and then we keep predicting again. We keep imagining how the characters would look like. Yes, make prediction, visualize. Yes, exactly. Okay, so before reading, okay, we build background knowledge that we already have in mind, okay, that we have a certain image for a certain person. Probably the story would tell us that this person or character or event is different from what we already had in our mind, okay? We make predictions, like you were just saying. We keep making predictions. Whenever we're reading a story, we keep making predictions all the time.
Can I give an example?
And those predictions,
Mrs.
yes,
Rania?
sure. Yep.
Guys, what happens when you start reading a story to your friends or to your students?
Yeah.
You find that the settings will be the first thing that they meet in the story. And for you to explain to them or to make them understand and imagine how the story goes on, you have to read this setting sentences or sentence and tell them and teach them how to imagine how things went on at that time. So when they say that Mrs. Rania was or is our trainer for today's session in 2021, so you expect Mrs. Rania to be a teacher who has a mobile in her hands, who's sitting in, and she has a virtual background. So you start imagining how the teacher is. But if I said Mrs. Rania was our teacher in 1987, so will you expect that Mrs. Rania, will she have a mobile? Would she have a mobile then? You may imagine Mrs. Rania on a camel teaching her students who are sitting in front of her. So this is how you prepare your students by activating their schemata or trying to make them think. I'm so sorry, Mrs.
Thank you, Mr. No, thank you. No, thank you for the intervention. It was very nice. This is what you were talking about. This is what I meant when I said semantic impressions, the impression or the meaning that you get. And actually it's different from each one of us. If you're raised in America, you will have a certain ideas and cultures different from we were in Egypt. Actually, like years ago, I met someone from USA and they still thought, actually it was like 10 years ago, they thought that in Egypt, we actually ride camels, okay? Because that's what they read in the stories and the books. They don't understand that, no, we actually have cars. We don't see camels actually here except in the desert, but that's what they thought. So yes, thank you very much for what you said. And of course, probability. It has to do with what Mr. Hussein was just saying. You have different probabilities. Is this going to happen? Are the two here at the end going to marry each other? Are the story going to end a happy ending or a bad ending? So you're always predicting and you're always adding probabilities to what you're reading. okay? And of course, you're surveying and reviewing what you are reading, okay? This is just like general brainstorming, but we will go into details now. So now I will divide you, okay, into breakout rooms. You have 3 pictures in front of you, okay? I'll divide you into breakout rooms in groups. And I want you to write a story, okay, a short story from the pictures that you're seeing in front of you, and write a title, okay? So what do I want you to do? Can you please type in the chat box? Okay. You have 3 pictures in front of you, all right? Okay, I want you to make a short story, okay? You'll be in groups, okay? Short story from those 3 pictures. Yes, this is a story, Mrs. Okay? And choose a title, okay? And then please assign just one person to tell us the story and read the title that you have chosen, okay? So 3 pictures, short story, okay, a title, and you'll only have 5 minutes. So just make very good usage of your time, okay? You don't have much time. Try to think fast. Try to look at the pictures and imagine what the story is about, and try to use all the things that we were talking about, okay? So I'll divide, how many are we?
Guys, don't get confused when you see me in your room. I'm just going to record some moments, so keep on talking. And my cam will be off.
How many rooms should I divide? Okay, let me check. You're 28.
4 will be enough.
Okay, yeah. And let me hear some nice stories, okay? Okay. Okay, stop sharing. I'll stop sharing now, okay? I think you've all got the idea. And I will send the picture now on the WhatsApp, okay? So you will see it all, okay? Okay, good luck, and please come back with nice stories, okay? Let's go. Right, and the time, as we said, remember, you only have 5 minutes, okay? Okay. There you go.
Hello.
Okay, hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Okay, she already sent the picture in the WhatsApp group. We have 3 pictures. So let's start with what? Start with writing sentences about the story, or starting with choosing the title?
I think we can start with the story first.
Okay.
Then we can guess. He was thirsty. Thirsty
beside the well,
and he find the bottle.
he couldn't reach the water, so he put some stones inside the water.
Yeah.
Why? Why he do this?
He couldn't reach the water.
We can say, sorry for interruption, we can say he was thirsty, he was looking for water, then he found a jar, but there was a problem. He didn't know how the crow didn't know how to get the water, so he threw the stones in the jar so he can get water. I think he's a smart smart crow.
Yes.
Oh, I get it now.
He doesn't know how to drink it because of his beak.
Because it is
okay. So we're going to choose the thirsty crow.
The thirsty crow. Yes.
Okay.
The thirsty crow. Okay, so let's say that once upon a time there was a thirsty crow who was looking for water everywhere, but he couldn't find any.
Okay.
And then he spotted a glass of water, but it was too deep for him to put his beak inside.
So he got an idea.
Oh, yes. Okay, somebody else continues. Okay. Miss Lamia,
yes.
Are you writing
yes.
assistant, or do you need me to write down?
I can write. Okay.
Okay, Miss Basant. So we said that once upon a time there was a thirsty crow who was looking for water everywhere but couldn't find any.
Okay.
Finally, it found a jar with water.
Do you want to add? Do you want to add something like that? It was a hot day to show that how thirsty the crow is.
Yes. We
On
can
a
see
hot,
that
on
he
a
looked
very hot,
well.
very hot day. Yes.
It found a jar with water. It put its beak inside, but
there was a problem.
Yes, it was so narrow.
And his beak wasn't
to get it
long
out.
enough to reach the water.
Reach the water, yes.
Yes.
After that, we can close the story.
No, no. After that, the bird think to solve the problem by putting some pebbles in the water.
Sorry, I didn't hear it. The bird
started to think to solve the problem by putting some pebbles in the water bottle. So that
by what? Sorry, by putting
some pebbles in the water bottle.
Some pebbles.
Yes, in the water.
Can you spell pebbles?
Yes, P, then E, then double B, L-E-S.
Okay. By putting some pebbles
so that
in the bottle.
So that the level of the water will rise.
Will rise. Okay. And we can say finally it get the water or at final.
It could drink easily.
Finally.
It could drink easily. It could drink easily.
Drink. It could drink.
Sorry, in the past.
After could, we must put the verb in the infinitive. It could drink water. Okay, that's right. It's a nice sentence to put it in the end. What do you think?
Okay, I think we're back. Welcome, everyone. So tell me your first impression in one word. After the chat that you had, just type one word. Tell me, how was it? Okay. Yes, fun. Thank you. Miss Amay, great. Okay. I'm glad it was fun. Was it fruitful or not? Okay. Great, nice, great. Okay, fun. All right. Fruitful. Okay, thank you, Ms. Dalia. Beautiful. Okay, how did you find time? Was time ticking or did you have time to actually write the story? Okay, super duper. Okay, okay, we have time, alhamdulillah. Okay, Ms. Dalia, that's great. Okay, tickling somehow. Okay, I imagine it would be. Okay, so can we just start by room 1? Would the person you assigned in room 1 just tell us the story that you've written and the title? You can start with the title and then the story, or the story then the title. Okay, room 1. Okay. You don't remember who was in room 1? Persons assigned in room 1, the person you've assigned to talk. Okay, probably I think you've all just
room
deep in the
number 1.
stories. Okay.
I'm sorry, room number 1. بسمة, انتصار, هبة, لميا, بسنت, روض, سماح.
Yep. Okay. Who did you assign? Or just anyone, if you whoever have written the story, just please start reading it.
2 people are raising their hands.
Okay.
Asma, but Asma, you're not in room 1. You're not in room 1.
Basant, okay, Basant.
Basant is here.
Open the mic for
you. Okay.
Basant, please. Okay.
Unmute yourself and speak, Basant.
Okay, the title is The Thirsty Crow. Miss Rania, I cannot hear you, sorry.
Yes, I can hear you, yes.
Okay, this is our title.
Okay, what is the title?
The Thirsty Crow.
Okay, very good. Okay, the story. Okay. And the story goes as?
Once upon a time, on a very hot day, there was a crow flying, searching for some water. And suddenly he found a jar of water and he tried to drink, but unfortunately his beak was not long enough to drink. He kept thinking and thinking and looking here and where and here and there and everywhere until he had a smart idea. He started to pick some rocks and stones and pebbles, and he threw one after another until the level of water became higher for him to drink. He drank, and at the end he became happy and full.
I am happy as well. Great job.
Thank you.
Okay,
definitely.
So just tell me what was harder. What was harder, knowing the story or writing it?
Alhamdulillah, nothing was hard because we were a teamwork and each one was helping. We were helping each other. Alhamdulillah, we didn't find any difficulty.
Teamwork does make a difference, right?
Yes,
okay.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay,
thank you.
So room 2, please. Okay, Miss Asma, room 2.
Room 2, Heba Sayed, Jihan.
See Heba and Asma raising their hands. So Heba, Miss Heba
Sayed, Heba, Jihan, Salma, Shaima, Shawi.
I see Heba raising hands. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, please go ahead, Miss
Heba, and feel free to speak.
Yes. Okay. The title will be The Clever Bird. And the story. Once a day there was a bird.
Okay.
It was very thirsty, and suddenly it found a bottle of water. But unfortunately, the bird couldn't drink the water because it was far. The bird started to solve that problem by putting some pebbles in the bottle so that the level of the water will rise. Finally, it could drink the water. That's it.
Very good. Thank you very much. Can you also tell me what was harder?
No, it was very easy. Yeah. We were helping each other too.
Okay. Great job.
We have
room number 3, please.
Mrs. Dalia from room 3.
Yes.
Okay, Miss Dalia. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, doctor. The title is The Smart Crow. And the story is once upon a time, there was a crow flew searching for water. He was thirsty and he found a jar of water and he filled it. At first, he didn't know how to drink it because of his beak. So he filled it with stones for the water to rise up and drink. And we ended with, I think he's a smart crow. We put our point of view.
Thank you very much. It was very nice. And did you find it easy or hard?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, we're working okay. The team was working.
So you had a good time. Okay. Okay. The last room, please.
The 4th room is for Miss Asma.
I think. Yes.
Asma, would you like to speak? Yes. Unmute yourself, please.
Okay, go ahead, Mrs. Smith.
Yes. Yes, Miss Rania, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, all right.
According
According to what my friend said about the story, it's very easy to us to discuss with each other about the details or predicting what happened in the story. The title for the story, it will be The Thirsty Crow. And the first step that once a day there is a crow. He is very thirsty and he wants to drink. He looked forward here and there, and finally, or at the end, he found a pot or a jar of water, full of water. But unfortunately, he can't drink easily because his beak is not long enough. And he put his beak and tried to get the water and drink. He can't. So he became try again. Also, he can't try again. He can't. After a lot of many times trying, he began to think in a trick to how to get the water up, and he can drink water. He bring a stone and drop it in the jug. Then the water get up, and he began to drink easily. So it was he began so happy that he worked his mind. He is smart crow. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So this was just some kind of activity that we were just doing now, that you can just actually, like you said, you just seen 3 pictures and you made a story. You can see 3 pictures which are even harder, and you can still write a story. And each one of you can put their own imagination. Probably you would have similar events or similar climax, or as you see the problem, you will all have the same because it's just the same problem. But how you describe it, how you describe the crow, how you describe the way he was looking for the solution. I like when Basant, I think Basant was saying he tried again and again and again, just the way you put emphasis on the situation or how you describe it, this would make a difference from one to another. But at the end, you would have the same elements in the story. The main character in our story that you've all written was a crow. It's just one character. Okay, so the climax or the problem or the solution was all the same. Okay, but the different is what everyone add as a description or as feelings or as emphasis. All right, but the elements remained the same. Okay, you can use this whenever you have any story. It doesn't have even to be a cartoon story like this. Even a story can be shown in pictures. Okay, so let me share the screen with you again now. Okay. Just a second. Okay, let's see this one first. I'm sorry if you're hearing الأذان. It's right behind me. So, okay. So I'm sure, just a second, I'll share the other one. Share screen. Okay. Okay, yes, I think now it's clear there. Okay. All right, so this is the story that we were having. Okay. And this is the actual story, and actually I've written very close to the story. When you can even read it if you want to. And Read Dear, just an information that I've learned from a friend in Canada a couple of months ago. They have at their schools a program that's called Dear, and it's like you said, it's the same letters from Read, and they have for students in school to even in each community they have like small libraries, and this is a program that they have there. So just to share with you, it was nice to know. Drop everything and read. Okay, this would be a very good thing to do to increase all the skills, or like we said, have your reading skills much better, and the students as well. Okay, So now you have this, I think it's not, the net's still loading, so probably you don't see my screen yet. So do you see? Yes, there you go. Okay, the best seat. Okay, you see now a title and you see a picture. Okay, you will go back to breakout rooms. Okay, this time you will have 10 minutes. Okay, and the task is, this is a passage that we are going to read in a few minutes from now. Okay, but this is the title and this is the picture. Okay, I want you to discuss, what do you think the text that you're going to read is about? Okay, from the title and from the picture. And if you have any prior knowledge or if you have any prior experience to either the title or the picture that you see. Okay. Can you please tell me what you will do now? How much time do you have? You will be having? Okay, please tell me how much time. Okay. Yes, thank you very much. Yes, 10 minutes. Okay. You're going to work in groups, okay? Because you'll be in breakout rooms, you work in groups, same like what we did last time, okay? And what is the task? What are you going to do? Yes, breakout rooms, thank you. What are you going to do? Okay. Yes, what are you going to do from the picture you have in front of you? No, you want to make a story, Ms. Rad. I want you to discuss, what do you think the passage that we are going to read is about? This is the title and this is the picture, okay? So you will not make a story, you will guess what is it about, okay? Discuss the title and the text, yes. Okay, yes, if you have a previous info about it, predict the text, yes, thank you very much, okay? So now we will go to the breakout rooms, okay? Okay, focus on the title and the picture and discuss, and then we'll be back in 10 minutes, okay? Okay, stop share. Breakout rooms. I think we have a larger number now. I think I should add another room, Mr. Hussein, right? I think the number has increased. Okay.
Keep them 4 rooms.
Keep them 4? Okay. Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, there we go. Let's just make the time 10 minutes. Okay. And start discussing and sharing your experience when you were a student. Okay. Okay, let's go.
Wow. Hey, welcome to all of you. Well, the first thing that came up to my mind when I read the best seat, I remember the fights the fights between students on the best seat in the front row, because most students fight, and even parents actually fight at school, that they want their children to sit in the front desk, and this is a big issue for them to have the best seat in the classroom. So this is the first thing that came to my mind.
I think the opposite came to my mind.
Yes, yes, the students, they fight about the last seats, while the parents, they fight for the front seats. But actually, students like to sit at the back and chat and eat and have fun. This is what came to my mind, actually.
Yes, I agree with Bassam.
Okay.
I remember it myself when I told our parents or my parents about our children or our kids' parents, no one can say anything at this. You can go out and I will tell anything. I will tell who is sitting, who will sit in the front seat and who will sit in the last seat. And their children were very happy for this because I make them to do what they want. Okay, and I didn't let to their parents to to say what they want, but I let my children or my kids in my school to do what they want. Okay, so they were very happy.
Well, actually, most of the students that I faced, most of them want to. They fight over having the front seat, the front row.
Not nowadays.
Definitely, they are super
Not
dupers.
nowadays.
No, they're not super dupers. They think they have a misconception in their minds that these are the best. This is the seat for the best students, and the people who sit at the back, it's like a shame for them. Shame on them, you know.
First, I told them about who have to sit in the front seat and who have to sit in the left seat. So they thought mindly. Okay.
That was making much of noise for me. So because of that, I think this is the best place for me, best seat for me, that to sit next to the window.
But we feel bored sometimes when we at the classroom during the explanation. At this time we can concentrate with the view outside, not the what the teacher say. That's me, not all
That's
of
from
you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yes,
Everyone
yes.
has his point of view. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
everyone has a weak point, but I want to avoid this point, so I can't choose the seat beside the window.
Okay, but you can
Okay.
choose the seat that beside your friends, and to choose the comfortable seat or the comfortable chair for you. Yeah.
Okay, but I want to focus with my teacher.
Okay, what about the other?
Okay.
The others, yeah.
مش عارف.
I think, yes, I'm here. I think the best seat for me is in the middle or behind or beside the wall. I like to sit beside the wall, not outside. And I prefer to sit with my friend, wherever is the seat. I like sitting with my friends. My school, we were fighting.
Everywhere in the classroom, you are sitting with your friends.
Yeah.
Not everywhere. When we are talking, my
you
teacher
can sit
say,
with
no, you are not going.
your preferred friends. Yeah.
Your best
or
friend.
something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, your best friend. Yeah.
When we are talking, the teacher say go out, exchange the places. So I like to prefer to sit with my best friend, and I like to sit beside the wall.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I will take it. I will take it with me in front of the teacher.
But I want to like to sit beside the wall, no matter at the front or at the back, no matter with me. It doesn't matter. No problem.
Okay.
No, but
at the front or at
for you,
the back?
What?
In the middle. In the front,
yeah.
at the back, the teacher
I think in the
always
middle
concentrate.
Very nice. Yeah.
Yes, at the back, the teachers always concentrate students at back. They look to them at the serious way. They're making something. They're doing something. You don't know what it is.
They don't concentrate with her. At the back, students don't concentrate with her. But so
they were
eating. With her.
They were eating, they were talking,
So
they were making a lot of things at the back.
They wanted the back seats, yes.
No, I want to be in the middle. At the best place.
Okay, what about the others?
But the students in the first line, I think they are attractive, interactive actor, more interactive.
Yeah.
Do you think the topic about another ideas?
I think the topic and the picture, they are talking about the class in the school. So the best
at the class, right? This is your idea, Miss May.
Yeah,
right?
this is one idea, and my idea is what a motivation for students.
You motivate students by making competition.
This is the best seed for the best student for today.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
So this is the point of view for the teacher.
Yeah, from my point of view. Yeah.
With a special chair for the best student.
This is a fun
And the
idea.
students have to compete for that
As the
stage.
first one. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, the first one is the point of view of the students. Different types of students, their point of view. And the other idea, the point of view of a first day kid or student. The third one, the point of view of the teacher. Right?
Yeah, it can be.
But we are here now as a student. Dr. Rania said that.
Welcome, Omnay. Stay.
How are you? She said discuss together as students.
What else?
What else?
The third idea was it's the best seat in the class.
Yes.
I forgot the fourth idea.
Your
Please,
idea,
remember
the
me.
best. Your idea, the best place.
No,
and the
my
story.
idea was the way
The way you tell here.
the way
you can sit and get information.
Yes. May I know Miss Mai said that it's related to the education. This picture is related to education. This is the fourth idea.
Okay. You can write down them and all the ideas so can
Yeah, I wrote them.
Okay, very well.
Great.
The way pupils sit in the classroom. I need more details about the story.
About the story?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I can tell you. I think we have no time, but quickly I will say to you, if you don't mind, you help me. That's a story to how for a great person, and it starts from how he challenged himself and to change his life from weakness to be great person in one day.
Okay, so it's about the great challenge.
Yeah, a great challenge.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Asma.
Thank you for
Thank
you. Nice to meet you all. Thank you all. Thank you.
Nice to meet you all. Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone. Are you all back? Or still, some of you are still, I think some still not here yet. Wait a few seconds. Okay. So can you tell me in the chat box, just also type one word. How did you find it? How did you find this activity together? Okay, very nice and fruitful. Okay, thank you very much. I'm glad you had fun. Interesting brainstorming, yes. Did you have any memories coming back to you? Okay, exchanging ideas, interesting, yes, enjoyable, thank you. Yes, sure, definitely memories come back, okay. So room 1, okay. Room 1. Room 1, just type in the chat box because you don't have to. I just want you to tell me after you had this discussion, what do you think the topic you're going to read about, what do you think the best seat is about? The title said the best seat, and I think you have a picture of it. Can you tell me where do you think the setting is? Setting of the text we're going to read? And what does the best seat means or relates? Okay, let's see Roman. Yes, in a classroom, school. Okay, just all, each one you can all write. Okay, classroom, classroom, classroom. Okay, so you all got from the picture that it is in classroom, education. Okay, so for each one of you, what do you think the best seat meant at the time when you were in a classroom? Your best seat meant to be, I heard, in a room next to the window. And that reminds me when I want you come to book an airplane ticket, I probably pick the window, but not in classroom. So, but I think some of you like to choose the chair next to the window in the classroom. Okay, sitting at the front, first day in school, very good. The back one, why would you like to sit at the back one? Are you a shy person? Miss Amani, okay. Okay, beside my bestie, yes, the seat beside my friend is your best seat. In the front desk, in the front and the middle, okay, sitting at the front. I think all those who want to sit in the front because they want to concentrate with the teacher, right? So I assume they're all great students, okay. Okay, next to my best friend, yes, this is an emotional person. Okay, so you all know, close my eyes, okay, Miss Asma, okay, yeah. I had this issue at the college too. I had to choose closer seats because I had to wear glasses later on. It's calmer, yes, comfortable and next to the window. Okay, next to the window again, okay. So I see that you all have said that the setting is the same classroom. You all had different memories, different choice of the seat, okay, depending on your character and your preferences, okay. So let's just, let me share the screen again, okay. Okay, hopefully the net would not be too slow. Okay, you see my, yes, I think it's there now. Okay, so the best seat, okay. Like you said, this was an activity that we were working in group, okay, and in groups. And some of you actually, because I know what the passage is about, so I think some of you got closer to what we are going to read about. And some had other prediction rather than the text, but it all has to do with the same setting and probably the emotions that we all had at that time when we're going on our first day and thinking which seat are we going to be seated, or are we going to get the choice to sit in the seat we want. I think as teachers, you also face this with your students every day. At the first day of the school, I want to sit with next to my best friend. No, I want to sit on the right. I want to sit on the left. This boy bothers me. I don't want to sit next to him, and so on. So I think this is a big issue the first day at school for all students. Okay, so what do you think are actually other activities we can have if you're having something that is narrative, that we're talking about feelings, even if not narrative? What do you think else you can use if you're having a text like this one, or any text that's telling the story? What do you think you can use with your students? Now we've used like group chatting, we've used picturing. You think what else do you use, or what else would you think you could use? Okay, I have seen actually very good participations in the task that you have sent, and some have actually shared very good pre-reading activities. Yes, you used to face it. Yes, okay. Groups, yes, Miss Mai, do you have a certain activity that you have in mind or you have used before? Okay. Telling a story, yes, very good. That could be a very good example. Yes. Okay. Brainstorming, guessing game, yes, very good. So just trying to brainstorming together activities and actually seeing it together to have the same impression that our students would be having, okay? So like you said, brainstorming, Pictionary, if you know this game, when you have a word and they try to draw the word, okay, this could be about emotions in the story, about the setting of the story. Okay, discuss the topic, which you've been doing now. Okay, picture. Okay, you can just put a picture and let them discuss or guess what the text is about. Okay, storytelling, which you have actually said. Thank you very much, Ms. Salman, Ms. Mai, Ms. Umnaya. Okay, videos can be helpful too. Okay, the title, like we've just been doing. Okay, the title, just give them the title and just let their minds imagine. Okay, and purpose. Okay, you have to give them a purpose. Why are they reading? Don't just tell them, okay, just open the page and start reading. No, why are you reading? Okay, give them a purpose for the reading, and this would make reading fun, and actually you'd make them love to read if they have a purpose other than just like we were saying at the start, just answering the question. No, we do not read to answer the question. We read, sorry, because we need to understand, because we have a purpose. We want to relate something, we want to discuss, we want to gain skills that we don't have, and the list keeps going. Okay, and those are just some of the activities, but it's actually open for everyone to even create new activities of his own, okay, or her own. Okay, what we were doing before or earlier was about the pre-reading activities, okay, and how to motivate them and have them eager to read the text that they will be served. Okay, now we're talking about during reading. Now I am starting to read. Okay, I have the text in front of me and I'm going to start reading it. Okay, you have to give them, like they say, guided reading. What do you want them to do? Okay, and then bit by bit they will be doing it on their own, and every time give them something new. Okay, for instance, okay, what do you think? What do you think you can ask your students to do? Just type in the chat box. If you have a text, what would you ask them to find? Now they are reading, okay? And now you're talking about a narrative reading, okay? And you're asking them, while you're reading, please, what? Connect with real life or ask them about personal situation. Take notes. Yes, very good, Ms. Jan. Taking notes. Yes. Pictures, speech, yes. Okay, tell me what will happen next. Okay, very good. Okay, so you have, like we said, you have to give them a purpose that they will be doing while they are reading. Okay, so they would be going using steps. Probably at the start, it would be they have to think what you are telling them, but then it will come naturally. Okay, demonstrate, number, places, dates. Yes, Ms. Intisar, thank you very much. Yes, very good. Okay, so like you said, okay, and since we're talking about a narrative story, okay, one of the things that you have to tell them while they are reading, think about what, who, like the stories we were just thinking about. Who is the story talking about? Who are the characters there? How, okay, the question that we all know, who, when, why, how, what, okay? They have to have those questions in their mind while they are reading the text all the time. Okay, so who is doing this? How this happened, the sequence of events, okay, why, okay, where, okay, all those questions. So like we said before, questioning, okay? Okay, setting, when and where, okay. Signaling words. Can you tell me what I mean by signaling words? You know, what do we mean by signaling words? Okay, you can actually tell them while you're reading, please look at the words that points out something or points to something. Okay. Okay, signaling words. Keywords? Yes, keywords. What do you think keywords would be for a narrative text? What would be the keywords? It's a story, so what would be the signaling words? Okay, remember when we are story, there is a sequence of events. Okay, so main words, yes. Sequence, Ms. Jane, yes, thank you very much. First, Ms. Musa, yes, excellent. First, second, then, last, at the end, in the beginning. Those are all signaling words because they show that there is an event or something is going to happen. Something is going to happen in the story. First, this means the putting out, let's say, the start of the story or the beginning. And then you have, like, for instance, suddenly. So probably you would have a shift in events after this word. So they're signaling words, like I said, yes, finally, afterwards, yes, very good. Okay, order of events, yes. So that is what you could ask them to do while they are reading, okay? Please just highlight or underline whenever you see a signaling words, okay? At first, they would be using a pen and underlining and trying to work their minds to locate it. But then by time as they practice over and over again, their eyes are going to catch those keywords when they start reading. Their eyes would just catch first, second, suddenly, at the end, finally, okay? And also when you have like a speech, okay, if there is in a narrative, you'll probably find a speech. So when there is a speech, you probably go and read the speech. If it's just one speech inside a whole narrative sequence of words, okay? So signaling words is very important, okay? Post-it note strategy, like I think Ms. Jihan said before, notes. Just write notes while you're reading, write notes. If this part relates to anything, or even if you want to reread this part, or if the first line relates to the last line, or if this is a new character that has been introduced. Maybe you're reading something that have many characters, okay? And you need to know what is the name of each character, or what does each character do, or like, or hate. So you would highlight this, okay? Okay, making mental images, start to imagine, okay? In a narrative, you would have description, you would have feelings, you would have setting, locations, okay, time, like Mr. Hussein was saying earlier, when you just keep imagining. Imagine while you're reading, it would make things easier for you, because when you recall an image, it's actually much easier than recalling a set of words. Then you can recall the words when you have the image in your mind, okay? Imagine, help them to imagine, okay? Composing questions. And if you imagine, and if you're having the signaling words, you're reading them, you can start composing questions. So what is this person going to do? How are the events going to proceed, okay? Where you can even predict the climax or the problem that's going to happen in the story, okay? And you can use discussion cards as well, okay? You can write words. Like you said before, you can have discussion groups, and they can have different cards and share together. There are different activities that you can do while you're reading a narrative, because actually a narrative is very exciting. It's very interesting, especially when we're dealing with smaller ages, primary grades, even KGs. Narrative is actually the key to children to love reading. It's the main key, okay? But how you introduce the story to them, how you help them imagine, guess, predict, not just read the story, all right? Okay, now remember the passage that we were having, the one that had the best seat, and you had the picture and you had the title. Now you will have the time to read the passage, and you will rate if where you're guessing predictions correct. You will see the character in the text that you're going to read. Did you think like this character, or you think differently? Okay, so again, breakout rooms, okay, have fun this time. And when I see you back, hope you tell me, did you relate to the character in the text or not? Okay, and you have questions this time, okay? So you will read the passage and you will answer the questions, okay? I will send you the file on WhatsApp. Actually, the net is very good, so I won't have time to load it on the Google Classroom, but I will later. But now you will receive the file. Let me just send the file first. Okay, just a second. Okay, there you go. Okay, did you receive the file? Just type in the chat box if you've got the file in your WhatsApp, in our WhatsApp group. Okay, please let me know. Yes, okay, Ms. Dalia. Okay, so how much time do you have? Okay, how much time do you have? It's right there on the screen anyways. Okay, 10 minutes. Yes, thank you. And this time you will read the passage that you were guessing and talking about and discussing what you think the passage is going to be. So read and answer the questions, okay? And see you soon. Okay, enjoy. Let's go. Stop share. Rooms. Okay. Let's Let's make sure the time is still set to 10 minutes. Okay, there we go.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can someone tell me, please, what is our task? What are we supposed to do? Because I had a very poor connection. I couldn't hear correctly what is said.
Miss Rania has sent a PDF about the best seat, let's say comprehension, a piece of comprehension. We have to read it and answer the questions, and we have 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
So you're more than welcome. So let's take about 2 minutes that each one reads on her own and read the questions, and then we discuss. What do you think?
What is
all
the
of you?
comprehension?
It's on the WhatsApp group of Reading Getaway.
Reading Getaway.
Okay.
You're going to find it. The last thing that Miss Rania has just sent.
would be that Caroline would be seated in front of Zach in some classes because of triple I. I think that because some teachers assign seats based on alphabetical order.
Yes, the second choice.
Yes. Yes, double I.
Yes, double
Wait, we are supposed to choose I only, or I and double I only, or double and triple, or all of them. So this can be B, I and double I.
Yes, it's B
because of the letters at the beginning of their last names, and some teachers assign seats alphabetically. Do you agree, Ms. Jihan?
Yes, I agree with B.
Yes, B.
With
because
B, okay.
there, yes, in the passage there, they said that the teacher arranged them alphabetically, and both of them, the last name for Caroline and Dak, start with R and B and R and D, so they are supposed to be together if they are arranged alphabetically.
Okay. Okay. Now, as used in paragraph 1, the word drawback most nearly means drawback means disadvantage or benefit, annoyance, withdrawal. I think it's disadvantage.
Yes, for me too. The first one, disadvantage. Something which is less acceptable for her.
Yes, yes. So it's 2A. I'm writing down the answers if we're asked to answer.
Yes, please.
Disadvantage.
Okay. Okay, question 3. In paragraph 2, the author writes, unfortunately, at Carolyn's school, the smart kids and the cool kids were not the same kids. What is most likely meant by this statement?
Caroline is easy as a focus, not as much.
What do you think, Miss Lamia?
I'm thinking.
I think
Caroline's score is unusual, and that's my fifth can be also. I think also I also think it's number is D.
D.
Sorry, what did you say? C or D? I couldn't hear you.
D.
Well, I believe it's C. I believe it's C.
I agree with you, Rawad. C.
Yeah, because if Carlin is seen as a smart kid, no one will think she's cool, because smart, it is said in the sentence, smart kids and cool kids are not the same kids. So she cares about her appearance, and she wants to be popular. So I believe it's C, 3C. Okay, number 4. I knew where her first class was, but she didn't. You didn't have any control. Similar problem. This is one person.
Number 2. Okay, what do you think?
Number 2, drawback. I think it's number 8, disadvantage, and I got confused. Yes, it was 8. Alhamdulillah.
I think A. I think too. I think so. So A or D. Okay.
Yes, this is really what came into my mind. Either A or no, C. For me, it's annoyance. Oh yes, these two. I'm not sure about. So quickly, what about number 3?
Disadvantage or 3?
Number 3, yes.
Number 3, I think A.
Maybe I thought it's C.
C, that's right. I think
it's C too. Okay.
Yeah.
Concerning number 4, Miss Heba, are you with me?
Yeah.
Because we have about 3 seconds. Okay.
Welcome back. Let's see how many are we now. Okay. Okay, 24. Okay. So welcome back. How was your experience? Just tell me in one word in the chat box. Was it hard, easy, medium? Okay. Let me check. Challenging. Okay. Did you find the best seat, like the one you had in your mind? The passage is too long. Okay, yes. And time was crucial, is that right? You think you needed more time? I think going through the rooms, I think you spent like 6 minutes reading and 4 minutes answering. Something like that. So probably you should have read faster and focus more on reading, or the other way around. You could have read the questions and then read the passage and reread the passage again. That's different techniques, depends on each one. But I think most of you took like 6 minutes reading and then 4 or even some rooms, I think 3 minutes to answer the questions. Okay, tricky, a little bit confusing. Yes, did you see that the types of questions were different? Not all in the same difficulty, I mean, not all right there in the text. Some you had to make inference from the text, right? You have to understand what you were reading. Again, you have to comprehend to be able to answer the question. Yep, graded questions. Yes, the passage is too long. Yes, okay. That's intended. Last time there were, passage was not too small. That one is not actually too long. Remember, we're talking about narrative. So actually you're not reading the whole story. This is just a narrative passage. Okay, you have to think deeply. Yes, yes, that's correct. Okay, so before we go through what you've had and how you've answered, or maybe you would like, let's check. Let me share the passage here with you and the answer. Just a second. To go through question. Okay. Just to see what you thought and how it really was. Okay. No, that's not the, let me stop sharing this one. This is the other one. Okay. Okay, share screen, just a second. All right, there we go. This should be it. Okay, do you see the right one? You see the passage in front of you still not showing. The net is too slow, I'm sorry. Still seeing wild, not seeing the other passage. Okay, wait, sorry guys. Okay, let me see, okay. Okay. Okay, if you have it opened in front of you, because I think I'm having trouble again with the internet connection, but it's okay.
Yes.
Just a sec.
Not there yet.
Yeah. So I'll try to open it from WhatsApp also. It's right there. You have it in front of you, everyone, right? So you'd be going through, together. Okay. Let me open the passage from here. Okay, so actually, how did you find was the best theat, like what you thought you had in mind? Is it similar? Yes, no, okay. Yes. Okay, yeah. It was different, right? Okay, so let's go and check what we had, the first question, okay? You think the first question, the answer was right there, or you had time to locate the answer? What do you think? Did you need time, or the answer was easy? Time was too short. Okay, not at all. So, okay, can you tell me what was your answer for the first question? Okay. I'll have to turn off the camera just to make sure the internet is okay. Okay, 1B, okay, B, Okay, B, 1 and 2 only. Okay, so yes, that's correct. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So let me ask you here, when you came to answer this question, did you like make exclusion? You have like more than one answer. Did you exclude to find out the correct answer, or it was just right there? Did your mind start excluding? No, this was not, this yes, this yes. Did it go like that? Because some people do this while they answer questions. They like exclude the incorrect answers, and then the one that's left will be the correct one. Okay. Yes, it did. Doesn't. Yes, this one was there. Yes, very good. Yes, thank you. Okay, so this one was there. Okay, the first question was easy. Yes, Mr. Ab. Okay, they always start easy and then goes to difficult. Okay. Okay, question number 2. I think that one's not actually difficult, but let's check. What was your answer? A, B, C, or D? Okay. 2, C, C, C. Okay. Okay, who else? A to A. So some of you says A and some says C. Okay. A and C. Okay, so this is a question that has to do with the vocab. Okay, what do you think the word drawback means? Can you tell me in the chat box what is the definition of the word drawback? Okay, you have drawback. What is the definition? Okay. Disadvantages. Okay, what else? I mean, if you want to define other than disadvantage, what else? What other synonyms would you use for this word? Since some are using C. So. Okay, difficulties. Yes, very good. Yes. Okay. Less acceptable. Yes, obstacle. Okay. But actually, when you start reading the passage, you would realize that the more or the most meaning or the closer meaning to the word is disadvantage. Okay. Can you tell me where in the passage did you realize that this is the correct part? Just tell me the beginning of the sentence. Okay. Which part, which sentence it starts with? It's actually, I think it was in the first paragraph. Right? Which starts actually with, okay, let me see the chat box. Okay, you've not written anything yet, but let's say it's the sentence for those who have chosen the other answer. It starts with being arrogant, okay? Okay, that this is something good, however, so that's generally it's something good. However, this was a disadvantage or a drawback, okay? So the correct answer is drawback is disadvantage, okay? Now let's see, number 3 is a little bit tricky, right? How did you answer number 3? Okay. Okay, this is the part actually when we all had this, you all had this best seat idea, okay? And now we realize that she's talking about the smart kids and the cool kids and that they are not the same, okay? So what is most likely meant by this statement? The smart kids and the cool kids were not the same kids. Okay, what was your answer? Okay, let's see, C. C, C, someone said D, C, okay. So C, 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 yes, okay. Okay, so we have most of the answer there C, and one answer is D, okay? Okay, so C is the correct answer. Why? Okay, for those who said D, okay, this was not actually discussed in the text, but we have seen in the text, we can read or we can understand from the text that you cannot be smart and cool at the same time. So if she's smart, no one will think she's cool. If she's cool, no one will think she's smart, okay? This is based on the text and what she thinks, okay? And what we have read in the text, okay? So this was a little bit tricky. Okay, what about question number 4, okay? What did you write for your answer? Okay, A, B, C, D. Okay. What do you think? A. Okay, A. Yep. Okay, A. So we have C. We have A. Okay, those who said C. Okay, you have inferred or you have concluded that this was the this was the similar problem that she would be having. Okay, right? Let's check if all the answers. So we have answers between A and between C, right? For question number 4. Okay. For those who chose, let's see, C. Okay. The correct answer actually is A. B, C, D are incorrect. Okay. Why? Because the passage did not provide information to support those choices. And this is very, very important when you are dealing with a text, okay? Did you have anything in the text that support this information? No, we did not have any information to support choices B, C, and D. But actually we have information that supports that choice A is the correct one. Why? Because she said she would be afraid to be, if she is the first one, she would not get a chance to choose because she would be the only one at class. And similarly, if she's the last one, then everyone would already have taken the seat they want and no seat would be left except the one that she would not actually have any choice or any control to choose, okay? Are you following me? Okay, so it's very important to make sure that the information is being supported with evidence from the text that you are reading. Otherwise, it's not the correct answer, okay? Even if you have to infer the information, but you have to have something that supports this answer, okay? Okay, now let's go to question number 5, right? Okay, question number 5. Okay, what did you choose for question number 5? A, B, C, or D? And I think that could be a little bit easy. Okay, D, 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 okay, D, D, D. Okay, referring to what I was just talking about, what was there in the passage particularly supported your choice of the answer D? What did you read in the passage or what was there in the passage that made you choose number D, supported your answer to choose number D? You have excluded number 1, that she's passionate, excluded number P, that she's melancholy or depressed, excluded number D, that she's despondent, and you have chosen the last option that you've all, you have actually chosen D, okay? Just let me check your answers, D, 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 C, and D. Okay, D, D, D. Okay, those who answered D, what information you have to support your answer? Okay, you chose D, which is despondent, right? Why did you choose this answer? Can you tell me? Okay, why did you choose D? What supports your answer from the text? Okay, still waiting to your answers. Okay, check. This is question 5. Yes, 5. Yes, Basan, Miss Basan. Question number 5. Yes. We had, yes, sorry. Yes, yes, thank you very much. Yes, we're question number 5. Yes. Okay, so your answer D is for question number 5. For question number 5, yes. So what is supporting your answer? Okay, you have evidence from the text that says that she was, because you have part in the text that says she was taking like slow time, and when even her friend she has not met last summer, so it was not important for her to see her. So actually she intended to stop to speak to her friend to buy herself more time. So D is the correct answer. Okay, number 6. Okay, which I was just reading mistakenly now. Can you tell me which answer did you choose? A, B, C, D. Okay, let's check. Yes, thank you, Mr. Mah. Taking a minute to talk to her friend. Yes, this is the part in the passage. Thank you very much. Okay. The last one, what was your answer? 6C. Yes, thank you, Ms. Rawad. Okay, C. Ms. Rawad, was the answer supported in the passage? You had evidence to choose this choice? Okay. Yes, 6C. Okay, why? Because as you see from the passage, even though she was disappointed, this has not stopped her the moment she arrived at the cafeteria to start thinking where is the best seat at the cafeteria. So actually she's someone who's decisive and knows what she wants to do. Okay. The last question, probably you've discussed it, but actually it's just to show that you should always have a room for questions that keeps you, that lets your students imagine more, relate the topic to their own lives, okay? So like we had, it relates to the discussion we had previously when you discussed the topic and the best seat. We had this before we start reading the text actually, okay? So you can actually like ask them if you have a seat in airplane, if you have a seat in classroom, if you have a seat in a cafeteria, is your choice going to be the same? You can have like different activities or discussions like that. Okay, so let me reshare my screen with you again and hopefully the net is okay. Okay, I will share with you some activities actually we can use also. Okay, to have more fun, not just interactive activities. So let me share my screen with you. Okay. And then the share screen is too slow. Okay. Let's see this one. Sorry, guys, just hold in a second with me. I'm trying to, hopefully if you see something on the screen, just let me know. Okay, and hopefully it works this time. I will start sharing now. Hope you can see my screen. Now, this is one of the very nice sites that you can use. It's Word Wall, and it actually has some very nice activities you can use. I'll just show you a couple of them, okay? You have this one, spin it, okay, like here. Okay, as you see, actually you can log at this site and it's for free. And just have an account and go ahead and start using all the activities there. And all those activities are editable. So you can change what is written inside the spin, or you can add data or whatever. Okay, so yeah. Here you see my arrow. You can switch the template here, random wheels, random cards, open the box, anagram, and you have here all the setting of the story. What's your favorite character? What do you think will happen? And so on, okay? I'll show you another one that's actually also reminded me of a game we used to play when we were young. Just share it with you as well now. Here you have retell the story comprehension, okay? I think it's the other one hasn't loaded yet. Okay. Well, sorry for being too slow. Okay, there it is. Okay. You can even try to check in while you're with me. It's called wordwall.net. Okay, wordwall.net. I'll type it in the chat box. Okay. Wordwall.net. Okay. You'll have some very nice, interesting. I'll just want you to see another one that's actually different, especially for those for primary stages. Okay. Are you, yes, okay. You remember this game? You know, Pac-Man? Okay, see? This, you have here the events of the story and just keep moving with this small character to the left, to the right, and so on. And you have to choose the right answer, okay? You write the question in the story and then choose the right answer. If you go through the right answer, you will survive. If you go through the wrong answer, okay. This was the right answer by coincidence, okay? So this is, you'll find on this one a lot of very nice activities that you can do. And right here, you would see, if you can see my arrow. Okay, any activity you have here, you can actually edit, okay, the ones that you have, the information you have inside here, the box or the spin or whatever activity you want to choose. You can actually remove slides, put data, remove data, change the story, change even the type of the interactive game, and you can have it live, or you can share it also in the chat box with your students and they can start doing it. Okay, so this is one of the nice ones. There's also another one. Let me share with you also. I will write you in the chat. I'll write it in the chat box. Okay. You will have also true or false. You will have one that has to do with the sequence of the events. I mean, you can just keep exploring the site. You will have some very nice activities. The other one, I will write it also in the chat box. It's called Nearbod. Okay. Nearbod. Okay. Yes, it's very good that some of you are using it or know the game. That's very nice. Okay, I'll show you the Nearbod actually also, since the net is working now. So, okay, it's still loading. Okay, here you have it. Okay, and also it has very, very, very nice activities. Okay, you search here and you write reading comprehension. Okay, you will have here lots of activities that are actually interactive and very nice to use. And you can actually also edit any activities in there. So you can just go ahead and send. It's not just for reading, of course, you will find other activities, but those two, Nearbod and the other site, which is WordWall, you will have some very nice activities for reading. Okay. I'll stop sharing this and I'll start going back to our presentation. Just wanted to see that you to see that there are several activities. Okay, there are many things, creative ideas and games and activities that you can use every time in a different way. Okay, let's go back to our screen. Okay, in our presentation, I will share with you all those links in the group. Okay, those are different games here. But like I told you, you can just find even a lot more. Okay, now we stopped like we were talking, what we do during reading, okay? And since we're talking about a narrative text after reading is very, 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 okay, important because this is the part where you comprehend the data. So what do you do after reading? What are the activities in a narrative text that you ask your students to do after reading, especially for smaller grades? What do you usually ask them, or what activities do you share with them after they finished reading? Can you please type in the chat box? Okay, what do you have in mind? Answering questions, yes. Handcraft, very good. Thank you, Ms. Dalia, that's very good. I asked them what's the conclusion, okay. Summarizing, yes, okay, that's all, that's very good. Okay, main idea, summarizing, yes, yes. Act the story, yes, that's a very good option for for acting the story itself. That's actually a very good idea. Solve a story map, yes, Ms. Unay, thank you very much. Usually for smaller grades, you have a story map to connect the setting and the characters and everything. That's how they will read the story in a better way. Draw a story map, yes, excellent. For Frog and Todd, we made a paper frog, you're welcome. Thank you, Ms. Daya, that's very good. Was it their best part of the story? And what is their best part of the story? Yes, in conclusion, yes, very good. The morals, thank you, Ms. Heba, yes, conclusion, okay. So after reading, we have story maps, okay? Story maps, that's very important, especially for smaller grades. Okay, what else do we have? Yes, discussion and acting. Yes, very good. Problem solution identification, like you were saying, okay? Story pyramids, we also have like story maps. There are story pyramids, okay? And character webs, okay? Do you know what we call in Arabic خرائط ذهنية? You have like maps for the story, so you connect. This is very nice, okay? Especially if done in a creative and not routine or not the usual way. Plot analysis, give a similar story. Yes, very good. We have answering comprehensions questions, okay? So like we said, we're talking about one of the most things that are used in smaller grades, primary stages, and even can be used for older grades, okay, is the story map, okay? This is the normal story map that we use or teachers use at school: the title, the setting, the characters, problem, and solution. Okay. And those are nice socks, by the way. Okay. All right. This is, you will have different templates for story map. Okay. But actually, the more creative you are, even the story map most teachers use, the more creative you are, the more, like some of you were just saying, you will attract your students to do the story map and to fall in love with it, and actually to fall in love with the story. Yes, I will tell you, Ms. Shaimat, what are the story pyramids, right? Don't worry, you will have a task on it soon. Okay, story map. Okay, this is, for instance, the story map, but it's in a different way. Okay, you have the characters, you have the pictures. Okay, you have, like, you know, a start line and an ending line. Okay, here, this, as you see, this is actually also is also a story map, but see, it's creative. If you ask them to draw the characters, draw the setting, okay, draw the solution even, okay, and what are the magical words, what are the words that you've learned, this is very good to add those to your story map. Okay, see at the one here, you have the beginning, the middle, the end. You can ask them to just draw, and yeah, you will be surprised at how creative they are and how resourceful they are. Okay, so let me move next. Okay, this is actually also a story map. Okay, go to the story pyramid later. Okay, but you see, this one involves emotions also as well, not just the normal story map. No. Okay, when was the character angry? Okay, when was the character happy? What are the objects that you have seen in the story that are actually called props, but okay, special objects that had a certain meaning in the text or in the narrative story that they are reading. Okay, the conclusion, the resolution, all those, you can find different and several creative ways to have a story map. Okay. Ms. Shema was asking about the story pyramid, right? Okay, this is the story pyramid. Okay, we have a narrative pyramid. Okay, and this is actually fun, and this is the one that you will be asked to do, each one of you separately now, no breakout rooms, each one of you will be asked to do. Okay, like you see, we have the character name, describe the character, portray the setting, explain the problem, present events, and express solutions. Okay. And it is done in a nice way, in a fun way. Like you just mention one word to, you just name the character. Mention one word to describe the character, 2 words to describe the setting, 3 to explain the problem. You try to help them work on, you know, like when we say shorthand writing, okay, it's actually the same thing. It's like a short processing of what they've read. So they can just simply summarize what they have read in 3 words, not mainly a sentence, just the main 3 words, main 3 adjectives, main 3 locations, and so on. Okay, this is the narrative pyramid or the story pyramid. Okay, see, this is another idea for older grades. When you have a story map for the plot itself, or for the climax, for the action, and for the resolution. Okay, so you have, see, story mountain, see this one? This is what actually is very interesting. If you just read it and look at how creative the person who did it is, it's actually very, very creative. See, it's like a construction site, and it's even like, not construction site, it's like, you have here the trees, and you have it's like a fun land, and you have the critical reaction, you have the unresolved subplot, you have the tunnel of badly written love. See, it's very, very creative. You can do this, and you can ask your students to do the same thing. Okay. So Ms. Shaimaa, who's asking about the story map. Okay, this is the last task that we will be doing today. Okay, I will share with you a text now on the WhatsApp also, and all that you're asked to do is just to write the make a story pyramid on your own. Okay, and as you see, this is what you will be asked. I'll keep this open here. Okay. Okay, you'll have like a pyramid, okay, little even lines, and then we can make a pyramid. Line 1, you just have one word to state the name of main character, and you can read the rest of what you see in front of you, what you should write in line 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And sorry, the last one, problem is missing the letter M. Okay, so this is the task that you will do now Okay, can you tell me what are you supposed to do now? You will make a pyramid, okay? Not the pharaonic pyramid, no, it is the narrative pyramid, okay? And it should have, like you see, 8 lines, okay, or 8 stones, okay? And please write as you see in front of you, okay? I will send you the text now. It's not a long one, and just try to write this, and please, you can send on the group or just show us through the cameras the pyramid that you have made, okay? You can be creative, just show whatever you want. I will share the text with you right now, okay? Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, you have the text now. Okay. Did you get the text in the WhatsApp loaded already? It's called Wild, okay? And it's also a narrative text. Okay, you have, since you get the text now, let's, okay. You will have 5 minutes, okay? Start reading fast and try to write the words. You're not going to answer any kind of questions. You're just going to build your own story pyramid, okay? And I don't want you to write full sentences, just words, okay? So that should be easier. Okay. All right, and those are 5 minutes. And okay, see you reading. Okay. I'll take a screenshot of this also and share it on WhatsApp. For those who are left, so they can do it and send it even later. Okay, let me share it here. That's the instructions. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's on your WhatsApp also. Okay, hope you're having your pens ready and you're started drawing your pyramid. You can actually do it in class, not just a normal pyramid. You can do it in post-it notes, and you can have the students, each one build part of it, but actually because we don't have much time, you could also have it work in groups and each one would just build a stone in the pyramid, you know, like this one will add this stone and this stone and this stone until you have the complete pyramid at the end. So it can be done by group work as well. It would be nice to have it colorful, made of stones, maybe made of different materials. So you have, I think, 3 minutes to go. Mama. Mom. Okay, you have 2 minutes to go.
انت شايلاها ده.
Okay. You have 1 minute to go. If you're ready, will you please just take pictures of your pyramid and send it on the group? And if you would like, if you can open your cameras and just show us, everyone, let's see the pyramid of each one of you. Okay, anyone done? Okay. Okay, so the 5 minutes are done. It's okay if the pyramid is still not complete, just an activity to practice together. So will you show us your pyramids? Okay. Okay, time is up, everyone. Okay. Will you show us your pyramids if you can, if you have your cam opened? Okay. Is my voice clear or can you hear me? Just tell me in the chat box if you can listen to me. Yep, okay. Thank you. Okay, so let's start sharing your pyramids, please. Just take pictures and show me your pyramid. Okay.
Would you please close the shared screen?
Yes,
so that we can have, yes, now you can guys show us in the cam your pics, or would you like them to share their screen? I don't know.
If you can send it a picture and send it in WhatsApp, okay. If you'd like to just show the screen, whatever is more convenient to you.
they said yes.
Okay.
I don't know yes for what.
Yes. Yes, WhatsApp or yes, they
Okay,
can.
I guess they agreed to send that on the WhatsApp. So guys, send us on WhatsApp. We'll be waiting to see your pyramids.
Yes, please. And how fast you were able to process reading the text and realizing the events and the feelings and the main character and so on. Okay, so that would be the last activity. Then that will be the end of our session. If you have any questions, and I will send you the task. It has to do with the last text that we took, the one that's wild, the one that you had the pyramid, write the story pyramid about it, and it will be uploaded on Google Classroom. And I would appreciate if you all submit it on time, inshallah.
Inshallah, thank you.
Any questions?
Thank you so much, Mrs. Rania, and
thank you all.
I really enjoyed the activities that have to be done before, during, and after the reading task, and I guess that our dear guests did the same. So would like to thank Mrs. Rania, and I really thank you for being patient. And I'll be waiting for your pictures, your pyramids in the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much, my friends. And I'm afraid that the recording will be on the cloud. So that means it will take me 2 days to upload it. ما اعرفش بقى، مش عارف ايه الهبل بتاع الكلاود ده، بس يعني تمام. نشوفكم على خير. ما تنسوش بكره معانا جرام فن. ربنا يسهل ان شاء الله، ويكون نشوفكم بقى يعني للمره الاولى في الجرامر، ودايما يا رب كده ان شاء الله منورنا في كل مناسبه سعيده. شكرا والسلام عليكم ورحمه الله وبركاته.